Hello, my name is Claudia Schembri-Heitmann. I'm an advanced senior BodyTalk instructor, Mindscape instructor, FIFA instructor, and I've been practicing BodyTalk since 1995. I'm here to talk about Matrix Dynamics. Matrix Dynamics is a course which opens up the section 3 within the BodyTalk protocol. It's a very exciting section. It's a very exciting part because we're going to look into what is a matrix. How does matrix show up in a person's life? So we have two completely different areas. One is called complex matrices. So that will be relating to people, basically family, groups, businesses, sports clubs, all of this, and how we can use the BodyTalk protocol and procedure to address these very specifically. So it's a very big, exciting world out there. And then we also have the factors of primary, secondary, and fragmented matrices, which basically have to do with energy blockages within the body-mind complex, which we also have to address specifically with using the matrix tools. So people have been treated with matrix or want to work with matrices. They always talk about tentacles. So basically that's about the energy lines through which this energy field is being nourished. So a matrix is an energy field. But we have to understand that nothing in the whole universe is really on its own. So I'm reading you a short quote now, which highlights a bit. I've adapted it from Jeff Maitland, the factor that we can get really into this matrix thing. So every matrix is composed of matrices. Every matrix is a member of a matrix, and the forces between matrices are matrices. So to understand any one matrix requires understanding the body as a whole. And to understand the body as a whole requires understanding each matrix. So no one part or matrix is really more fundamental than any other. That means matrices are everywhere. Okay, so the small definition of what is a matrix is basically it is an organizational field or vortex of energy. And the key thing of that is it has to be functional. If there's a dysfunction, there's a blockage in the system and the energy just doesn't flow. But a matrix is also a healing principle, actually a self-healing principle. If this energy field is healthy, then it will help also all the other people or persons or group members within that energy field. And so this is what we're going to look at when we're using the specific tools we have in the BodyTalk protocol using matrix work. And so one interesting factor to notice when we're looking into the matrices, the blockages of energies which we have in our body-mind complex, sometimes we hear stories about people who have had a shift in their healing process and they had a spontaneous healing occur. So what we can observe from an energy perspective, very often the whole system has just shifted from one matrix, so being in one energy field, to another. And that is the tools the BodyTalk practitioner would be using when working with the section 3 of the protocol. So that's a very exciting field. So you can work with organs, you can work with endocrines, you can work with body parts. And but then we have to look into life. So matrices, as we said before, are everywhere. They're groups of consciousness. They're groups that have a certain idea. They're groups of idealism. And so even within our body-mind complex, if there is a blockage there and it's an energy field, there's usually a key theme. So we call it a matrix has a name. So sometimes it can be around work, sometimes it can be around a role in life. And sometimes we're a bit stuck in there and we don't really know how to get out of this. And even the body's innate self-healing processes may not be able to do that. So this is what we're going to do with Section 3 or Matrix Dynamics. That's very exciting. Now the other part, which is a very common approach also using the BodyTalk protocol, is working with groups, so the complex matrices. You see, we all are living in families. We may have a family of our own, but we definitely had parents and so forth. So this is a whole energy field by itself. So some of you may have heard about family systems, constellation, or gestalt therapy using family work. And so this is exactly where we're going in for when we're working with complex matrices in BodyTalk. Because it's very, very important that each family member knows his or her role, his or her position, and that the relationships between the family members are healthy too. Now we can elaborate that and go on into schools. You know, we have worked a lot in school classes with sports teams, in companies, different associations. And because it's very, very important that each group member knows his or her role and so knows his or her part within that bigger scheme of things, which we call a matrix. So this is a big field out there, and it's fun to work with matrix dynamics and using the concepts which we teach were very simple to use, but it can make a big difference and shift in the energy or the healing process and the health of a person, a company, a family, whatever you want to look at and work with.